Hello and welcome back to the channel for another video. This video we're going to be talking about someone that I didn't think we'd talk about again, but not in such great detail really. Now I've made videos about HelloLeesh in the past, and this is a video that I didn't think would really be made, but HelloLeesh is leaving the internet indefinitely. This was brought on by a post and it says, "Hey there, just an update so you're not in the dark. I'm off of YouTube indefinitely, same goes for social media, both Twitter and Instagram. I hope you are well and taking care of you." Now, the response to this is a bit interesting to say the least. Some people are saying that it's cowardly and stuff. The person says how this post should not keep us in the dark. Exactly, you explain nothing. On the contrary, people that don't use socials will stay in the dark even more. Still don't know exactly what happened and have to listen to the other drama channels about it instead. And that sure won't make me want to resub to your channel. If any of the other creators had done this, you would have just jumped on it, not surprised, but so disappointed. I briefly want to talk about what her last kind of posts were. Now, if you go to her Instagram, this is where the most recent post was. This was November 4th, which is Kimbra for Halloween, I guess. That's her last post. There haven't been any stories of yet. This post here was a day ago. It was edited. I'm not 100% sure what originally said, but probably something similar. So if she had posted the exact same thing here, the exact same time, this wouldn't appear as a story anyway because it's they only stay up for like a day. So yeah. On Twitter, she hasn't been on since the 15th of October, which was basically a podcast, and this was on Patreon. Now, I wanted to mention this, and I spoke about it last time. Now, I just briefly want to say that she was somewhat kind of active here, I guess. October 7th, this is like just over a month ago. She was on a podcast, Only the Bold. It's internet trolls and influencer infighting with HelloLeesh. This was part 2, called Gaslighting, Power and Empathy. Now, Patreon is unfortunately a bit of a mess, because I want to mention this, the last one, because a lot of this is behind a paywall. Now, this is a post about basically a podcast 4, which is Patreon exclusive. Here is Patreon exclusive one called Derek Jackson and Matthew Hussey reacting to dating advice. Patreon exclusive live stream, whereas they were on YouTube until I guess somewhat recently. Then this one was interesting. 22nd of October. This is Patreon exclusive, and it says quitting YouTube *, my career history. Basically a podcast 2. The first one, not sure what's here. What moral high ground? Now, these are basically like the ones on YouTube, except they're behind a paywall. This next bit is going to be assuming, because I haven't seen them, but I would say that it may have been a money grab kind of, because it's like, wow, I want to pay $3 to hear her talk about her potentially quitting YouTube, you know? And drama channels and stuff, it's like, if she's in a lot of hot water, then why not make a podcast talking about it but put it behind a paywall? Now, the thing that's tricky about this is that, as was seen with Bambi's Rambles, if you play any of this, or if I were to pay the $3 and put any of this in a video, she may very well try and take the video down because it's behind a paywall and blah blah blah. Oh, she has 259 patrons and makes over $1,000 a month, you know. That's not bad. Pay $3 a month, you're supposed to get Patreon exclusive weekly podcast. Well, you may want to change that. The Discord, don't know how that's going. It says to a secondary podcast where we get more personal than your primary, basically, podcast. Yeah, just a way to show support. That's alright. I don't know how the Discord's going either. Everything that you probably want to know, all that stuff that is apparently not being kept in the dark, is probably behind this paywall, because the last thing that was posted here was this, which is basically alluding to a paid podcast. Yay! Not really. The last one she did was here. This is the last public video she did. The Return of Shane Dawson, basically podcast 28. Prior to this, there were things that said tweeted by a third-party account or monitored by HelloLeesh. Same there. that was posted by her. This also was, so there's two posts that weren't posted by her allegedly going to her. So yeah, this was not what I was expecting to happen. Sorry, I went to look over there because that's where I've been recording for the past year or so, year and a half or so. But no, I removed the camera here. So yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Were you expecting this? If you're new here, like the video, subscribe. If you enjoy this, try to get to 3K by the end of the year. Fingers crossed for that. Don't know if it will happen, but yeah. I do usually upload tomorrow, but this is something that I saw and thought, hey, why not put it out like as soon as possible, but at the usual time? Yeah. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.